my name is Delaney Schlesinger-Devlin, and today I am in the Peaceful Place interviewing Abby.
Hi, my name is Abby Cyester. I am a second year. My major is trauma recovery through psychology and the visual arts, and my pronouns are she, her, hers.
And so what was your co-op about? What did you do?
So the co-op was here at in Counseling Services Center, and I was the assistant for counseling services. I'd cold call local resources for mental health. I'd make sure that they offered this, and this that we're looking for, making sure that they take our insurance, or if they don't, what types of insurance they take, or if they offer out-of-pocket pay, stuff like that. So basically I was calling pretty much daily for the resource list here that we have for mental health at the Counseling Services Center. There were a bunch of specific projects that I worked on. So one was doing the reading nook or the book nook, which unfortunately didn't get completed while I was, in that position, but we're going to keep working on it for future and stuff. So, but everything is basically all completed for that area, like the reading list, everything that we need is like on paper. We hosted events. We did the self-care gift bag giveaway. It was great. I loved it. I got to know the students more and just participate with them, and it was amazing. On Community Day, we had an event as well, like an artistic event, and I really enjoyed that too. So I got to see all the faculty, that day, and it was great to hang out with them. Another thing that I did that I'm pretty proud of and that I want to continue doing in the future are my emotion art workshops. So that would meet weekly. We changed it to Fridays. It works better for the students. But basically the emotion art workshops, there's no therapy involved, but it's based off of like the foundations of art therapy. So whatever you're feeling, students can come in and express their emotions into an artistic piece. Completely safe environment without judgment. And it was really amazing. I loved it. Every week, there were, the same students would circle back and forth and, come in, but there were different students that would come in and I'd get to meet them too. So
can you maybe describe a little bit of like what is the Peaceful Place?
The Peaceful Place is an area where students can come and do their homework. They can hang out. They can eat their food. They can water plants. It's basically just an area to be peaceful and kind of like let go of stressors, of everyday anxieties. It's basically it's a room that's different from any place on campus, I think, just because you come here and then you just hang out and you chill and you zone out. And I think that we've needed a place like this for a long time, so I think it's really beneficial for the students.
I would definitely agree. It is a very different vibe. Therelike also like a little bit of a breeze going, which is...
There is, yeah, and it's beautiful. I mean, there's a beautiful view. When I was here during the winter, I'd like actually stand in front of the windows and watch the snow come down, and it was very peaceful. So yeah, but this is where I held my emotion art workshops as well. So I'd have them on the table behind us. But people could be spread out throughout the room and just work wherever they wanted. So I think it's a really nice addition to Antioch.
So why did you choose to co-op here specifically?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Basically, I chose to co-op here because it really coincides with my major. So my major is trauma recovery through psychology and the visual arts. So my hopes are to, after Antioch, to move on to grad school and to become an expressive arts therapist. I wanted to get into a clinical setting and kind of see what that was like behind the scenes. It's good to see the underbelly of counseling services and what all goes into it. It's not just scheduling appointments and being there for the students. It's like, which is a very important aspect of it, right? But it's also making these phone calls, making these connections, having these resources available that are off campus. It's planning for future events. It's planning for other additional rooms that we can use for students' purposes. There's just so much involved that I wasn't really aware of before, but I'm glad I got to be on this co-op to see how things are really run. Something that I learned within myself after this co-op was just how much I can take on at one time, which is great because I think that I'm more capable than I realized before. But also allowing myself to have patience for myself is a big thing that I've learned here. So yeah, absolutely. It's plus I got to hang out with students in the peaceful place, coming and passing. And I got to experience how students, viewed the school, what they love about it, and what really gives them that motivation to move forward with their education and then their careers. I wasn't really aware of how much I could handle all at once, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's like it's wonderful because this co-op really it doesn't test you, but it challenges you. And that's, I think, what we all need as students in our co-op positions because they prepare us for the real world. So we need something that's challenging. And this co-op was challenging because, someone that has issues with like time management or, multitasking or something like that can kind of be guided through and figure out which tasks to work on first, which ones to put on the back burner, which are priority tasks.
Do you have any advice for other people who might be looking at co-ops, this specific co-op or co-ops that are similar to it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. So I think that for this specific co-op at Counseling Services, what Antioch and what Kelsey, what they're really looking for is a student that can work independently because Kelsey does not micromanage, and that's amazing. She's wonderful to work with, by the way, and anyone who works here will love her. So I'll just put that out there. But so any student that is really considering a co-op here at Counseling Services needs to have that direction, like within themselves. They need to be driven. They need to be ambitious. They need to be responsible. You don't have to tackle every single thing at once. The school has a lot of patience, like while on this co-op, for tasks that can be done later, tasks now, to focus on. But if you're looking for a co-op where you think you can just kind of skate by, this isn't it, because there's so much to do, and it's all for a really great purpose too. Like it's for an amazing purpose. You're helping the students, you're helping the school, and you're helping yourself. So it's all for something.
Who is Kelsey?
Yeah, so Kelsey Hofner, I believe I'm pronouncing that right because I always see it in emails, and even I've never said her last name to her in person. But so she's the director of Counseling Services, and she is the student counselor here on campus. And I wish we had 5 to 10 more of her because she is absolutely wonderful. She's welcoming, she's warm. She provides a judgment-free, safe place for students. And I would like to say that Richard Krantz, Rick, yeah, he's wonderful, super supportive. He's actually the one that introduced me to this co-op and said that I would, really enjoy it and I'd work well here. And he was right. He was absolutely right. So I think that he definitely has the student's best interest in mind. And I'd like to point out that he really gets to know the students here too, and know like, maybe that's not a great one for them. Maybe this one is a wonderful fit. Yeah, exactly. So I'd like to say that. And then just how much I appreciated being here. It's 30 hours a week. So if you have other things going on in your life, it's like you need to make sure that your co-op is a good one, right? Because it kind of dominates your life for a term. But with this one, you do have the freedom to work independently, which is amazing. Because I think that there would be other co-ops out there that are not so free. And I really liked it here and I miss it.
Nice. Well, I think that's it. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're so welcome.